Hey, it's Necktie. Welcome to episode 16 of Road to 5 Million. In this episode, we've got a lot to cover. Plus, we'll be heading to Moab. Let's get into it. Look at her. Full disclosure, I opted for the extended frame. So this could turn into a bigger shit show than it already was. So let me catch you up. I originally said that I was going to keep the other truck and hire a driver to put into it. Until last night when I came in here and went to hire a driver, which you do in the recruitment agency. We've only got one to select from, but it doesn't really matter anyway. So then you select hire driver, right? And then I was greeted with this message that says, I don't have enough slots. And I was like, what the hell? So then I go to Garage Manager. Totally forgot that when you first start out, you're a tiny garage. So we just have one slot. In order to upgrade, to get 2 more slots, it's $180,000. Then you have to buy a truck. Then you have to hire the driver. So, I mean, you're looking at almost 300 grand just to upgrade and buy a truck. So I had to scrap that. I still bought a truck, as you can see. And I only paid $100,000 for it because I sold my other one. Because I didn't have a driver to put into it, so it was either keep that and keep driving it or sell it and buy this one. Did I make the right decision? Probably not. As a matter of fact, at this point, I'm kind of second guessing the decision. That being said, I did not take out a loan, and we still have $201,000. So my plan is to run my ass off a couple of episodes. And I even debated about running some loads that aren't recorded. I don't know how you guys would feel about that. I mean, I'm not going to cheat or anything. That's kind of why I've recorded every episode running a load, because I don't want people to think that I'm cheating. But I could, even if I run them and don't record the whole run, I could record like the ending screen, that comes up. So it's just kind of a tracking. Haven't decided yet, because obviously we're 16 episodes in and I don't even have $500,000 in the bank yet. Granted, had I not bought this truck, I would have 100,000 more in the bank. I get that, but anyway, so that's where we're at. And I'm taking another load of Halloween treats, or Halloween, since it is Halloween as I'm recording this. So we just have to go over to the Walmart here, pick that up, and then we are headed up to Moab, Utah, right up here. There's probably going to be a viewpoint along the way, I'm thinking. Actually, no, there isn't. Okay, good. Either way, I wasn't stopping, because this is a 10-hour run, I believe. But since it's a external contract, it's that time remaining is real time, not in-game time. And I have a full clock. I'm also back in Tucson because when I bought the truck and sold the other one, it put me back at the terminal or my garage as you want to call it. And then I slept to have a fresh clock. So that is all you've missed, is pretty much that. So let's get into it. I also, fingers crossed, another 3 hours of messing with the head tracking thing. I think I had the kinks ironed out. And I also now have it working to where I shut it off and I can move my mouse inside if I need to. But hopefully I won't need to. I also hear that? Hear new sounds? That didn't do that before. I realized I was running a wrong mod with this engine, so I had to update that. Anyway, hope everyone is doing swell. I've actually had a pretty productive, don't hit that, pretty productive day so far, if you consider it. Well, I consider it productive. That thumbnail that y'all saw, yeah, that took me 2.5 hours to do. Probably 30 minutes of that was just completely staring at it.
After 50 yards, turn right.
Because I didn't know if I liked with the truck facing the other direction. But then I also kind of thought that, like, oh, everybody's used to seeing it one way right now, so maybe having it the other way will catch somebody's eye, and I don't know. Honestly,
after 100 yards, turn left.
The reason I went with the truck that way is because since it's an extended frame, I couldn't get it facing the other way the way I wanted it to look. So, I mean, could I have just put it on there and had text and everything all over the truck? Or, yeah, I could have, but I didn't want that, so.
100 yards, turn right. Turn right.
Oh, Ty, you have head tracking. You don't have to use your mouse. Good lord.
Go straight.
The transmission doesn't grind now either. Every time you go into a gear, if you notice that. Oh, head tracking tie. I wonder if we'll discover this Volvo dealer.
After 100 yards.
I really hope so,
turn
because
left.
I don't want to drive in there. Yes, okay, thank you. And where are we
Turn
turning left? Okay, right here. Got it.
You have reached your destination.
Trucks only, okay. Delivery only. Well, we're picking up. Will that work? Can we pick up as well, or is it just deliveries? Oh, that's our trailer right there. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Already second guessing the extended frame. But it just looks so cool. Okay, let's not back your new truck into the post. Oh crap. All right. Ta-da! Alrighty. And for those interested, there we go. And if you're wondering why I'm doing another one of these Halloween treat loads, number one, I may have to check my mods because the freight was kind of crappy coming out of Tucson, and it's normally not like that. So I don't know if I'm running a mod that changed something on the freight, but I'm gonna have to look into that. But bottom line is, these loads pay really well right now, so I'm gonna take advantage of it while I can. Which is not unlike what you would do in real life, so. Okay, now I gotta come all the way out here. Actually, this would be a good time to give you a perspective on how long this truck is. See that space in between? Typically, the front of the trailer would probably be right where those connections are coming out of the frame for the air hoses. Yeah, so... Really? That's a good thing I have that long wheelbase now, because I would have just put that trailer right into the back of my sleeper on the other. Alright, I'm pretty sure we're coming out here and taking a left. No, we're not. It's a good thing I looked. Oh. That's right, because we just... Interstate's back there. Okay. Alright, so we're good that way. What's still coming out over this way? Because...
Turn right.
Alright, and we're good. Had to use the bottom mirror on that one there to make sure we were good. Oh, look at that. I don't know if y'all can see that down on the speedometer, but we've got 8 miles on this girl now.
After 100 yards, turn left. Turn left.
Okay, this is really weird. I sat here and messed with this so much inside the truck with the dead zone, and now the right seems super touchy again.
Keep left.
And we will be governed at 65 miles an hour since this is a external contract.
Go straight.
I was gonna talk about something this episode, wasn't I?
Keep left.
Actually, let me... Sorry, I had to look over at my other desk to remember what I was going to talk about, and it was motorcycles. I don't know how I forgot that, but yeah, so had that motorcycle accident in September 2007, and then when we moved here to I don't even remember when we moved to Missouri. $2014? Yeah, I guess it was 2014. Summer of 2014, and then basically summer of 2015. I got home Friday, as I did, and that evening, the wife looked at me at dinner and said, "Hey, you want to go to the Harley dealer tomorrow?" And my response was, I asked her if she was feeling okay or if she fell and hit her head, and she had said no, so okay, we were all good there, but so we went to the Harley dealership in Blue Springs, and I wanted a street. I mean, if we were going to buy a motorcycle, I wanted a Street Glide, and she said that they were ugly. Which I contemplated filing papers then, but I got over it. And we found a Heritage, a 2015 Heritage Classic. I was like, okay, I can, that's fine. I haven't been on a motorcycle a while, so that'll be a good one to, get my feet wet again and get comfortable. And as we were doing the paperwork and finance, she asked the person if they provided motorcycle lessons as well. And I looked at her and was like, I have my endorsement, I don't need. And she's like, not for you, idiot, for me. I was like, oh, okay. As my wife often does, she has ulterior motives. Her whole point of getting the Heritage was to get the motorcycle, right? She was then going to get her endorsement. And then once she got her endorsement, she would take over the Heritage, and I could get the bike I originally wanted to get. Okay, fair enough. I mean, it's not the worst plan in the world. However, the place they sent her for her motorcycle classes was not a Harley certified place. And they had all mixtures of skill level in the class, even though it was a beginner course. And
Keep left.
she had never ridden a motorcycle. As a matter of fact, doesn't even know how to drive a manual transmission car. So, understandably, she struggled a little bit, right? And then the instructors weren't very good with her at all. And bottom line is, I was actually on the road as she was in this class too. What is this? See, these people can't merge. Really? Holy crap. Look at me with the evasive maneuver. Didn't even hit anything. So anyway, she was in this class, and I think she called me.
After 50 yards, exit right ahead.
This one?
Exit
Or
right ahead.
okay. Well, that looked really different up there on the GPS, but we made it. I'm trying to remember if she called me in the morning as well and said that she had fallen off or something, and it was just like she had scraped up something or anything. She was fine. Okay, no harm, no foul. But then after lunch, I get another phone call. And that phone call consisted of, hey, I'm fine, but I'm going to the emergency room to make sure. What? Again, I'm driving. I'm in Iowa. I can't, there's not a damn thing I can do. And that was almost verbatim out of her mouth. Hey, I'm fine. However, I'm going to the emergency room just to make sure. And then she follows up and says, oh, by the way, you can call our salesman at Blue Springs and go ahead and get the bike you wanted to get. Okay. So I did. I literally called him on the road. And I think it was 3 text messages and 2 phone calls later. He's like, when you get into town on Friday, come by and sign the paperwork. So I ended up getting a it was a carryover because the 16s had come out by then, but it was a 2015 Ultra Limited. So one of the big ones with the tour pack on the back and everything. Because obviously my wife was going to ride, right? So let's make sure she's comfortable. And then I had that for, I don't even think I had that bike for 6 months. And we went to another Harley dealer in Grandview. And I walked in and I saw a CVO Limited. And I think all the salesmen saw me because my jaw dropped, and then I was, surrounded. You know how it goes. They're like, oh, you should take this for a test drive. I was like, no, I'm good. I just bought a bike 6 months ago. I don't need, Yeah, well, they got me. Went out for a test ride. Wife went with me, obviously. Because when you have a passenger, that's just as important as you, is their comfort. And we got back, and I absolutely loved it. The current bike I had at the time had a 107 cubic inch engine, and this had a 110 because it was a CVO. I really need to pay attention to shift. So it had more power. It was awesome. Plus being a CVO was completely loaded. And when we got back to the dealership and I got off the bike, they're like, so what do you think? I was like, well, you don't have to convince me. You need to convince her. And I had asked her what she thought of it, and she's like, well, the stereo sounds better. I'm thinking, like, really? That's... So anyway, we were there pretty much all day, and I came home with a new motorcycle. And oddly enough, now that I
Go straight.
I just remembered this. My wife hadn't been on a remote tour yet. I think she'd been in almost 18 years at this time, 17 years, something like that. So she got orders to Kenya, to the embassy in Kenya, for a year. And we bought that motorcycle the weekend before she left. I think she left that Monday.
Go straight.
So I enjoyed the hell out of that while she was gone, and then also put a crap ton of money into it. Because anybody knows that, you know, motorcycles or cars, what do you have to do? Well, you have to upgrade the engine, right? You need to, you know, more power. So I did that. And then she came back from, when she got back from Africa, we were at that same dealership in Grandview, and it was International Women's Riders Day, I think is what they call it. Oh, you guys okay? Do we need to stop? That looks like a Tesla. Did your Tesla run out of juice? Anyway, International Female Riders Day. So we're sitting there, and she sees, I mean, had to be at least 700 women pull in on motorcycles. All different sizes, races, whatever, all different makes, models, motor. I mean, it didn't matter. And that lit a fire in her. And I believe it was the following weekend, we were back at that same dealership in Grandview, because that's kind of what we do on the weekends, go there and hang out for a little bit, and then continue riding. I was eating a cheeseburger outside, and she went inside. I just thought she was going to the bathroom. So I'm sitting there talking to some dude at the table. I have no idea who he is. We're just, you know, shooting the breeze. And he actually brought it up because it had been a while. He's like, your wife? Where'd she go? I was like, I don't know. I thought she was going to the bathroom. Maybe she's talking to the ladies in motor clothes or something like that. Well, at that time, I see the salesman coming out that we knew really well. And he said, hey, you might want to come inside because your wife just bought that bike. And he pointed to a Sportster that was sitting outside right next to us. And I'm like, what? He's like, yeah. Now, mind you, she doesn't have an endorsement. So guess who got to ride that 883 Sportster 50 miles home? Yeah. This guy that's 6'1", 205. Looked like a monkey fucking a football on that thing, I guarantee it. Not to mention, it's not a 6-speed, it's just a 5-speed, so when you're going 70 miles an hour, it sounds like it's gonna blow up, but... Anyway, so she then went to that dealership, had their own Harley Davidson riding academy, so she went through that, got her endorsement.
Keep right. After 50 yards, exit right ahead. Exit
And
right ahead.
man, what year was that? 2016? I don't know. My ears are all screwed up. I think that's probably No, probably 2017. I don't know. Anyway, she had that bike for 6 months because when we bought it, they had a promotion going on that if you sold it, if you traded it in within a year, you got exactly what you paid for it. And she wanted a radio, right? So obviously that's a street glide, basically, or a road glide. She didn't like the looks of the road glides and wanted a street glide, so she got a street glide. That was super intimidating for her, so she didn't have that one that long, maybe a year.
Keep right after 50
And then
yards. Exit right ahead.
again, one day we're at the same dealership in Grandview, and she saw
Exit
a
right ahead.
Heritage Classic that she absolutely fell in love with the color and everything. So, and that's what she has now. I want to say she got her license in 2017. And in the has it been 5 years already? Anyway, in that amount of time, and as little riding, well, not little riding, I mean, because she's probably got close to 15,000 miles under her. I could be off. I'm trying to think of what were on the bikes when she... It's probably more than that because she's got 10,000 on her Heritage now.
100 yards, turn right. Turn
But yeah,
right.
so that's what we do for fun. I've actually, now that I mentioned that, I've got to make an appointment for mine because mine's coming up on its 10,000 mile service. And this is honestly the first bike. It's kind of a joke at that dealership too. I rarely keep a bike past 10,000. It's like I take it in for the 10,000 mile service and I end up coming home with a new motorcycle. But not anymore. This I drooled over this CVO Street Glide that I've got right now for about a year. It sat in the dealership. And then the lady that owned the dealership was not going to be a Harley dealership anymore. And I'm like, okay, well, I've already bought enough bikes from you. There's no way I'm gonna be one of the last CVOs, if not the last CVO you sell as a Harley dealer. And so I did. So yeah, that's got a 117 for those that care. Milwaukee 8, but I have it's got a stage 2, so it's got a cam in it. And I think it dynoed at 119 horsepower, 120 foot-pounds of torque, something like that, if memory serves me correctly. It's got enough freaking power to, yeah. Let's just say if you're not paying attention, you hit triple digits pretty damn quick. Not that I've done that, of course, you know, I mean, would be highly illegal. But we do live in the middle of farmland, so, you know, there's a lot of 2-lane farm roads. But yeah, that's what we... And we haven't gone on any trips or anything yet. mainly because I was driving a truck, and so I don't know if we will. So we just put all those miles on
Cross the rotary. Second exit.
around here. That being said, though, where we live at, we're about 50 miles from
Exit ahead.
everything. So, like going somewhere round trip is 100 miles, right? So it doesn't take long to put on the miles. Plus, we have some different routes around here that we go. We usually try and go down around Lake of the Ozarks a couple of times, and yeah, so that's how I got back into motorcycles, because of my amazing wife. And at the time, I mean, I wasn't even thinking about it at the time. It wasn't even a thought in my head, really. Oh, the other thing I noticed, I should do this. What button is it again, Ty?
100 yards. Turn right.
Okay, I'll do it after we turn right.
Turn right.
Calvin Klein underwear. Looks like some nice underwear from my perspective. Yeah, so I was... Look at that view with the stacks. And I don't know... I've never got that playing at this resolution before. So I don't know if it has to do with the FOV of me inside. If it translates to the outside, I have no idea. But I just love it. And yes, I understand it's louder because we're right by the stacks. But I don't think it's super loud. I've got the volume adjusted pretty good. Okay. I really need to stay off those rumble strips or turn down my force feedback, one of the two. I haven't even really been paying attention. Are we in Utah yet? I don't think so. I think we're still in Arizona. I really wish the force feedback in this wheel could translate in the video. Why am I'm like acting like I'm driving Miss Daisy right now. It's 65 and I'm driving 50. What the hell am I doing? Just enjoying the scenery, cruising along. I didn't realize, sorry. I need to, I'll get better at this, I promise, but I looked over at my sim dashboard tablet and I forgot to turn off the head tracking, so that's why it snapped over there. I guess you guys can hear the rumble strips. I may as well turn my lights on now before I forget. I will say that Jakes sound better inside the truck than they do outside for some reason. Not sure why that guy had to come to almost a complete stop.
Keep left. After 50 yards, turn left.
I will also say, you really don't realize how much you move your head around playing a game until you have head tracking. So like that right there, I literally barely moving my head. This side I have a bigger dead zone. I'm gonna have to do that to the right side as well. Oh, get into gear. What the hell? Oh, there we go. Utah state line, 17 miles. It's amazing how I saw that, but I can't see a do not enter sign, right? We're doing good. 3 hours. Well, I don't want to jinx myself just yet, but wow. Oh, okay, slow that down. Holy shit, Ty. That curve was no joke. We've got roughly an hour buffer at this point in time. Well, that's great that I discovered a viewpoint, but guess what? We're not stopping because apparently that takes an hour to do. We're not playing that game today. I learned my lesson.
Go straight.
Which is odd, it only took one time to do that, to figure that out. Normally, I have to screw shit up 5-6 times before I learn the lesson. underwear. Whoa, 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 whoa. Holy crap. Glad there were no other cars coming. Had I not gone over in the other lane like that and still cut it towards the right, we would have been calling the tow truck because I would have probably been laying on my side. It's amazing how quiet I get when I concentrate, isn't it? I mean, my brain's not that big, so I need to use every ounce of brain power. You know what I can't. Falling rocks, that's nice. Hopefully they don't fall as we're going through here. Roads like this really suck when you have oversize. And especially those long articulating trailers. With these hills and curves, we've lost 15 minutes of our buffer.
Right.
Okay. Okay, could you guys figure out what the fuck you're doing? You know what would make this even better? Is if it was raining its ass off right now. I mean, I'm glad it's not, but... go 2 hours and 4 minutes. And we have an hour 36. That sign said 55 miles an hour. So let's do it. Actually, fun fact. Another training opportunity. Any truck drivers watching this will probably know. Those signs right there, like that one that said 45 miles an hour, those caution signs, those are for cars. So yeah, if you're driving a truck, you may want to be 10, 15, 20 miles an hour under that. Good rule of thumb. Now some of these, like I just took this at 45, right? Well, okay, let's go. 40. Took it at 40. Crap, we're climbing quick. I didn't miss a gear though. It sucks in real life when you really do. There's a what the hell is it? It's coming out of, is it coming out of Tucson, Alamogordo, New Mexico? Anyway, White Sands missile range. I do know that. That damn thing. It doesn't look like you're gaining that much altitude, but holy shit. That will damn near stop a truck in its tracks. Especially when you have like a 45,000 pound coil on the trailer. Yeah.
Go straight.
As a matter of fact, I did have to come to a complete stop on that and start over because I missed a downshift. I was a trainee still. So, you know, shit happens. That's when I was with the owner-operator, and he told me too. He's like, this is deceiving. I thought he was shitting with, I thought he was messing with me. Because he'd been messing with me the whole day, right? So I just thought he was messing. Nope, he was not messing with me that time. And it's so gradual, too. You just think that it's like, oh, this won't be any. No, it's... It's a doozy. You're getting tired. Okay, no, I'm not. I'm fine. One thing I will say... Oh, thank you, fire engine. One thing I will say, I do prefer the dash in the other truck. But I like all the options this truck has more, so I guess I'll... The other truck also... I don't know if you noticed, but it's darker inside here at night. That's because the other truck actually had a dome light or interior lighting that when you turned your lights on, you could have it at whatever brightness you wanted. I think I had it on low brightness. This truck has it as well, but I have to flip my beacons on, I believe. Did I flip my beacons on? Okay, I'm gonna have to check into that because I did flip my beacons on, but nothing's coming on the inside of the... Good Lord, are we there yet? 31 miles. Okay. Guess who's gonna run into a frickin' problem here? Because I just looked over and all of a sudden now we have 10 minutes left. 9 minutes. Like, I don't know what the hell's happening, but this time over here is just going down like every second. What's this say? Is there a rest area? Oh, are you serious? Did we just get lucky? 3/4 of a mile. Okay, get into a freaking gear tie. I'm gonna stop right here. I'll even put my hazards on. Flashers, because I have to check the map. Okay, it's up there. Well, let's put that right there. And then exit out. We're at 0 minutes. As long as I can get there before I start getting fined. Yeah, that's nice.
Keep right. After 50 yards, turn right.
Was I supposed to turn right at that sign?
Turn right.
Okay, no. Thank goodness.
Turn around when possible.
No. Stop telling me what to do. I need to come in here and take a nap. I also need to find out where I'm supposed to take a nap. Is this... Oh, probably right here at this parking space? Okay. We'll do that number, and then we'll do that number. And then we'll get the hell out of here. Okay, so the interesting thing... Okay, now it just updated. I was like, where did my time go up at the top of... What the hell are you stopping for? Moab discovered.
After 50 yards, turn left.
is?
left.
Oh, turn left right here. Okay. Trailer's out in the lane over there pissing people off. Taking Halloween trees to a construction site. Workers must be hungry. Where's it wanting us to go? Left? Okay, I'll go left. So you see my steering wheel moving? I don't have my hand on it. That's the force feedback moving it.
You have reached your destination.
Alright, so where are you wanting us? Is it right up here? Let me pop out and just double check. See, yep, just right there. Well, I should have came in the freaking other way. Can I get around there though? If not, we can just blindside it. No, I can't. That's a pile. Oh yeah, I guess I probably could have. Anyway, well, whatever. We're already here, so. Let's just do it. Oh yeah, I could have got around there. Oh well. Why not just do it the hard way? I'm wondering why that didn't continue cutting. Yeah, I know it says that it's good, but excellent. Did we get level 12? Yes, we did. Awesome. And, all right, long distance, it is apply. And with that, I will probably look at taking something out of BHP, so something like this. But that'll be in the next episode. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, episode 16 comes to an end. Thanks for watching. Y'all take care. Bye.